Hey everyone. So I promised you to channel love consciousness for you. You asked me some questions. Either you PM'd me or you wrote some comments. So I'm gonna answer them now through channeling. If you have any more questions, you can always find me under artistsoulcoach.com. So I'm gonna first go and tune into the frequency and then answer your questions. Here we go. Yes, this is widely misunderstood because you attract what you are or what you have inside, but that's also your subconscious. So only a little portion of your whole being is the portion that you are aware of, that's conscious to you. So imagine it like an iceberg, and the biggest part is subconscious, and there's many beliefs and things that just don't match with what you would consciously like to be matching. So if you encounter what you say are negative people or negative experiences, which is also in a way just a label, because sometimes they just show you like what can be healed inside of you, how you can move on from some situations that aren't serving you. So labeling them negative is one thing we could talk about for a longer time. And the other thing is really the subconscious part, because it's just showing you or mirroring you in your outside world what's not in alignment within you. And that's not your fault. It's subconscious, so it can be traced down to past lives. It can be from society, from when you were growing up in your culture, and it can also be from your ancestral lines. So basically we're made up of, let's say, 95% of what's not even us, and that's what you're encountering, that's what's coming up. But if you see it consciously and you can work with it, and then you can release it. So I hope that answers your question. And the second part was about the children. So that's actually the same thing. It's like passed down from ancestral lines. They're like mostly clearing the lines this way if there's something bad happening to children. Sometimes also past life stuff, but not that often. Mostly it's ancestral clearing. They came into the family, they came there, so to speak, voluntarily to release that stuff. So just be grateful for them, help them, make it easier for them. Yep, so that's the answer. Thanks for the question. I actually do potential sessions. I would need to know a little bit more about you to answer this question well enough, because there's a quality I can feel now, but it's not as concrete as you would like the question to be answered. So I definitely feel some mildness, some like kindness in you. I feel the sea. You're definitely connected somehow to the sea, but it can mean lots of things. So for example, it doesn't mean you should be a sailor, obviously. It can be more like a metaphor for flow, or like how you should approach your work, and so on. So yeah, let's do a call because this is too abstract. I need to know a few more pointers. Thank you for the question. Really good question. Good that you're aware that you can do something about it. Again, mostly we're programmed in a way that's not even our true self. So unprogramming ourselves from societal beliefs makes it easier for us to attract our soulmate, definitely. And there's a couple of things you can do. Obviously, you can get very clear on what you want and what you don't want. Because unless there's this real clarity, people usually attract all kinds of various relationships which actually are there to show them like what they should want in the first place. So if you get clear before that, you can spare yourself some heartbreak while finding out. And definitely you can raise your vibration through again various things you can do to improve your lifestyle, because the higher your vibration, the more you'll be in the vibration of love, and then as you will be embodying love yourself, it will be so much easier to attract love into your life, and actually to attract a match, because then the person you're gonna attract is gonna be more fitting towards your frequency, because there's gonna be less baggage which is not even yours to begin with. So definitely there's gonna be more alignment between the two of you. I think regarding the lifestyle choices, that's also a thing that can be tailor-made to everyone. It doesn't mean like one specific diet or one specific exercise is good for everyone. Also with the lifestyle, I mean emotional and mental hygiene, not just like do something for the body. Obviously that's part of it too. So there can be quite a few things. Again, we can chat more in person, but that's the 2 pointers I said first. Definitely look at those. Thank you for your question. This is actually a really good question. Thank you for that. I can see here that you really made progress and that you understand on a mental level what it's about, but you still can't share it, how to overcome it for other people, because it's not dealt with 100% on the emotional level. That's the only thing that's blocking you. Like, the mental understanding is there. The emotional part is partly done, is partly better, but there's still quite a block which is standing in the way. Actually, it's a really good idea. You're guided the right way, or you're listening to the guidance in the right way, that you should help other people overcome the same thing. So your guides are definitely happy about that, but there still needs to be some more emotional release work done. How could you do that? It depends, obviously. Everyone likes different methods and techniques. It depends what you like. I'm just gonna give one example. If you, for example, like baths, do yourself like a nice salt bath, but infuse the salt before having it with your intention to clear out all your emotional baggage in this particular theme you're working on. Or if there's even like one specific thing you're struggling with, if you can say, okay, I'm over like this and that, like what happened, but this is still one thing I think like that was unfair, that's what he did wrong. Or if there's something like that specific, be that specific and be like, I wanna release this from my system, like my whole system, my body, my emotional body, my mental body, everything. So like all my energy bodies, all my aura. So definitely you can for example hold the salt. If you don't know how to work with intention, you can place it in your hands, you can hold it and just focus on it for a couple minutes, I would say, and then make yourself the salt bath. And just during the salt bath you can also work with some mantra like I'm letting go, or it's all over now and I'm free or something, whatever feels right for you. And definitely see the result afterwards, because intention work is great. If you can combine it with something physical, then you can get real results, because then it's grounded into time-space reality far more. Okay, lots of luck with that, and also with in the future helping other people like that. Thank you. Well, this is a very specific question. Which is good on one hand. On the other, maybe I would need some more information from you, because there is obviously a specific there's a reason you're asking, and you're not telling me the reason, which I'm not blaming you for. That's completely fine. but then the reason would tell me more about like what to work on in your question. So what I can say just like that is it's a matter of actually like your point of vibration, like what's your motivation behind selling it. Do you just want to get rid of it because it's horrible? Then it probably won't sell that well. If you're gonna be like, yay, it's like the best house ever, but it's just not for me right now, it will probably be a better idea. But also just don't look at forecasts and like when is a good time to buy or sell a house or whatever, because it's not really true, because forecasts are just made by people who look into the past of what's been and predict the future according to the past. So yeah, that's not what we want to do. So don't listen to other people. Listen to your own guidance, and what to do for selling it. Again, like you will know better than me, but if you have hard time like listening to your own guidance, that can be worked on, A. And B, of course, like you can, if it's like too close to your heart to ask about some questions, and you're afraid that like your mind's gonna go in the way, of course you can then consult someone, but I would need a bit more specific information for that to be more specific in my answer. You're probably not gonna want to hear this, but it's all up to you, really. From a man that matches, right? It's not just him matching you, it's also you matching him. Imagine that for a second. It's not always like, oh, there's like not enough good men out there. It's like find them, or like see them in their truth and without the baggage, and then the baggage falls off and then they're amazing. So yes, obviously everyone can find their soulmate, but it's a matter of frequency, and you can work on that in your lifestyle, so on all your levels, as I said previously. There's some things to consider in the physical, but also in the mental. There's lots of like programming that's probably not serving you well, that can be cleared. Everyone has that. It's not just like you, even if you've been doing some work before, if you think, oh, I've been like going there and there, it can always go deeper. There's like layers and layers of beliefs, and actually some are just like an onion. So you think you got rid of it, but then it got just a bit deeper and it's still there. So yeah, I'm really into belief work, because it changes a lot in your outer environment. Once you change it in yourself, you see differences in your 3D reality. Emotional work, the same thing. Like if you harbor a lot of grief or some jealousy or some fear, then that's not gonna be a frequency matching to what you want to experience, and you're actually gonna match, as you said, a man that's having the same problems. So yeah, so much to matching in a relationship. Thank you for your question. So thank you for all your questions. If you want to know more or want a private, like one-on-one consultation, you can drop me an email on artistsoulcoach@gmail.com, or just contact me here on Facebook, on Messenger. I'll be available for that. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.